We're back with the P-Series Specialized. Today we're going to get into some gear shifter organization, which means you get some outer cables, you get some inner cables, connect them all up to the shifter, track it back down to the derailleur. I've already found an issue, so we did the brakes and I zip tied those things on, and then looking back now, I've zip tied straight through the area where I need to put another cable on, so we've got to go in there and whip all our zip ties and throw them away, which I hate doing, but anyway, we're going to do that and turn around and we'll see you there. Oh, you'll probably remember from last time that these little clips, there's a little groove on this side that has to accept this casing, and I've got a zip tie in the way, so I've got to clip these off. Oh, no, I don't need to do this one. This one's a single, that was close. This one's a single casing acceptor. These puppies back here are double casing acceptors, so that's our zip tie. But as you can see, there's where the casing has to track to. Through there, into this hole here. And then the cable comes freely down and gets attached under here. So this whole cable that I found, cable casing, is long enough to be installed in here. Hang about, that's the wrong one. That's too long. This one's better. I found two, which is pretty amazing. And this one happens to have a cable end cap on it, so we need a little bit of give in the front end here so the handlebars can turn. And then otherwise, this gets clipped on all the way down to here, down to there, into that hole. And I need an end cap for that. I'll go and find one of those. And then we'll get a cable organised for that too. I'll be back soon. I just gotta go find everything.
Right, we're back. I've had a malfunction with my microphone, so I'm doing a voice over now, which is all good. We've got some, I went to find my end caps for the gear cable and turned my microphone off, which was pretty good idea to save battery, but in the end it's probably not great. And what we're going to do is put the end cap on the end covering these wires, and that ensures a positive seating into the dropout on the bike or at the gear shifter. Over time, over a couple of weeks after you've adjusted everything, you're going to have to adjust it again because the cable compresses as you shift. And just a couple of millimeters it could seat down, so you might have to go back and just adjust your gears later. I found a bird in the tree. Back to the bike. Here is the application hole to put in the inner cable, and this is a brand new inner cable I have, and we're going to just see if we can insert that into the shifter. This is the way it has to go. Feed into the shifter and down through to the derailleur at the end. if you line it up properly, it'll just thread like a needle. And there we go. And you just want to make sure that's seated in the shifter correctly, so you click up and down a few times. We put tension on the cable itself so you can feel it indexing down and up. And that's all working nicely. So my usual trick is lubricate the casing. That should be enough. And the cable inserted quite nicely into there. And as with all cable casings, you want to thread them onto the opposite side of the bike, so it goes from right round to the left, so that you don't have sharp corners on your cable casings, and also the handlebars can turn freely. And I'm just making sure we've got the right length happening, and zip tying these on again to the clips down by the derailleur. Thread that through the needle like a needle into the derailleur there, and then there's some more clips to zip tie on. That's good, and that's done. We've got one under there, under the head tube, and then the free end of the cable has to come down and bolt on just underneath there. There's a little keeper hole that I'm threading that through on the guide, and then around here underneath the clip there's a little groove in the washer, shall we call it, and I'll just focus in on that. You can spot, if you can spot it, the cable is in the groove there, so that's well placed. It's not coming out. So we'll tighten this up. And just hold the derailleur as you tighten it. And that should be just enough to get a test going. See if we can shift these up. So we're in gear 1 at the moment. We'll go up to 2. That works. And we'll go up to 3. Oh, we'll go, 1, 2, 3. Now we're on 3. And we'll index up to 4. Now that is an indication there that we don't have enough tension on the cable. It's only half on the chain is only half on the cog. So it's just slipped back down onto 3. So let's adjust the tension in the cable by going, that was a half a turn, that's 3/4 turn. That should be enough. We'll go back to the cog in a minute, but this is just showing how we've stretched the cable that way. Back to the cog here, the sprocket. We're on number 4. I think we'll drop all the way down to number 1 and cycle up through. That's 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5, 6, 7, and 8. And all the stop screws have adjusted last time on the last video, so we know that they're not going to slip off the top or bottom of the sprocket. It's a bit hard winding this without a pedal on it, but we make do. We'll cycle all the way back down, and I'm pretty happy with how the gearing system's working, and the brakes also work nicely. Right, lastly we really have to clip off the end of our cable, because there's really nothing worse than a very long, loose, floppy cable at the end of your derailleur. Snip that off, and I bought quite a few of these little cable end caps, which are just made of aluminium, and you press them on very gently because really they're not going to come off.
Hey everyone, that was pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with how we went with this job. We've got the derailleur sorted out. It was remarkably quick to get all the selections happening on that cog, so pretty happy with that. We saw a bird out in the bushes. What more could you ask for, really? We've got a few more things coming in the mail. We'll be putting the front derailleur on soon. I've got a derailleur coming. What else is coming up? We've got to chuck on the tubes, the tyres, and when you look around after that, there's not a heck of a lot more to do, and I've got a bit of a home for it to go to as well, just to for someone to try out a smaller frame bike. And so I'm pretty excited that it's got a eventual home to go to, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one when we have more exciting times with brand new parts, more gear shifters, and yeah, let's get this thing done. Bye.